should. Alright, now it should be working. I'm trying to get this to work. Okay, so. I was trying to figure out how to actually get my microphone to work. I think I got it to work now. Yeah, but I think I did it this time. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let's see. I think. I think it's working. I think. I think it's. It's why I'm allegedly I'm allegedly live though. It says I'm live. Let's see. It said it says I'm live. Okay, wait. It says I'm live. Okay. Wait. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out like. Let's see, cause it's on there, so I can. I'm looking at my phone from that. I'm looking at Twitch from the app, so I can see myself. Let's see, cause it's on there, so I can. I'm looking at my phone from that. I'm looking at Twitch from the app, so I can see myself. Let's see, cause it's on there. Yeah, so I think you guys are getting reverb because I can hear myself. That's gonna be freaking annoying. I don't want that. Whatever. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't want to hear myself. Because I want to save the live stream. I want to be able to like have the live stream and then save it so I can look at it later. But whatever. I'm just gonna see if anybody on Twitter helps me. Probably not. It's all good. Ba-da-da. Oh, I got 2 people in here. That's nice. I actually just did Bloody Palace, but it didn't save anywhere, so I don't know how to get it to save. I don't know, whatever. I'm still learning, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to become a professional Twitch streamer. You know, make some money, you know. Maybe become someone of note, become a notable Twitch streamer, have clout, things of that nature, because as we all know, people who are Twitch streamers all become rich and famous as soon as they start uploading videos. So that's my plan. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but I know what I'm gonna do. Da, 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 da. So I'm killing bats. Killing bats, guys. Guys, ever kill some bats? No, you haven't? Well then, shut up. Cause I'm killing bats. Doo-doo-doo. You know. Man. Dude. You know. Video games, you know, have been a very nice companion to me during this pandemic. You know. Always been a video game person, but you know, I just, for some reason I found my, like, it's like I rekindled my love for video games because, you know, it's like I'm watching other people play video games, I'm learning about games and how they're developed and all this other shit, man. It's pretty cool, you know. I'm no casual, my friends. I am a professional gamer, and you will all respect and love me. I don't know, but yeah. There's supposed to be an easier way to kill this thing, but I'm not doing it. Just kind of scrubbing it out, actually. Yeah, I'm just totally scrubbing it out. Whatever, he's dead. Still no damage. Yeah, Nero's my favorite character to play as. Just stylistically, I find that the way that he like can combo and shit is most fun to play as Nero doing that shit, you know. Dante obviously has a lot more options because you know, he has so much shit, man. He has like so many combos and mix-ups and it's fucking crazy, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the shit that you can do with Dante, but I feel like Nero's underrated in that regard because of his the Devil Breaker. I mean, just like I didn't even realize how deep Devil Breaker was until I saw people on YouTube just, you know, kind of giving a breakdown about how like it's basically each arm is a new style form or it's like a style change for Nero, basically. I didn't even realize that shit until, you know, the whole YouTube, you know, community put me up on game, and Nero was already my favorite character before that, so that's even crazier. Because what happened is, like, so spoilers, Nero gets the Devil Bringer back at the end of Devil May Cry 5, so, you know, as soon as I did New Game Plus, all I did was just I just got rid of the Devil Breaker and just, you know, you know, basically play like Devil May Cry 4 Nero, but, you know, I did some research and I kind of looked at how much, you know, depth there was to Nero with the, you know, being able to switch arms and all that shit and charge arms, and I'm like, yo, I was fucking tripping, bro. Like, the Devil Breaker in conjunction with the Devil Bringer is just the way to go. You should combine. They should work together, you know. It's like, you know, a peanut butter and chocolate, you know. It's not, you know, one without the other. It's just not as good. So, it's pretty dope. You know, so you should definitely try to. Yeah, this is one of those games where, you know, it pays to actually look at what you're fucking doing, man. Like, there's so much cool shit you can do in Devil May Cry games. Like, who knew that, you know, trying to make another Resident Evil game, you know, already one of the greatest franchises of all time, would produce probably another, you know, just by pure happenstance. Like, I believe how Devil May Cry came to be was they were trying to make a new Resident Evil game back in 2001, and they were like, yo, fuck Resident Evil, let's make some new shit. Like, let's make the guy half demon and kind of, you know, make him the tough guy, You know, instead of, you know, being scared and shit, you know, you should be the one beating the shit out of all the demons and shit. So that's how that came to be. And that's pretty dope. Like, the fact that Capcom is able to do that, because, you know, I would say in general, I probably, you know, I'm actually playing Resident Evil, the remake of 2. I'm playing the Resident Evil 2 remake. I bought it last night, you know, on a whim, because I was fucking bored. And I like video games, so I was just like, fuck it. Like, just go ahead and play it, you know? And, you know, the remake is cool. I'm not, like, it's reminiscent of the old school Resident Evil games because of how the focus on the survival horror aspect of the series is kind of, within recent years, has been back. You know, with Resident Evil 4, you know, they just kind of, it just become a straight up action series at that point with very little, you know, the survival horror aspect was definitely downplayed because, you know, they innovated, you know, basically what has become for video games in the last 15 years, the way that you aim with a gun. Like, it didn't even hit me until, like, I don't know, it never hit me, but Resident Evil 4, the way you kind of aim, like, the aiming system in that game has basically been, like, basically every shooter, third-person shooter has ripped off that system. Like, it's crazy. Like, that was one of the most innovative, if not the most innovative game of our generation. Like just by pure accident, because, you know, at first it was, you know, so that's, and, you know, Resident Evil 4 is definitely my favorite Resident Evil because I just love the atmosphere. Like, I love, you know, Spain or unnamed European country. It's fucking Spain, guys. We know. And the plot's actually kind of ridiculous if you think about it, because it's like the most generic, like the president's daughter's been kidnapped. Are you a bad enough dude to rescue her? I mean, the plot is nothing. It's nothing like to write home about. It's just a dumb, like, mindless good time. And Leon is just this cheesy action hero, you know. It's just like, Resident Evil 4 is a good time. Resident Evil 5, I wasn't as much of a fan of, to be honest. Like, Resident Evil 5, I feel like, and it's not because I don't care about the Africa shit, like, whatever, like, you know, they're zombies. I mean, you can kill zombie African people, it's not racist, you know, but I just didn't like, there's some other design choices of the game I was just not a fan of, like the forced co-opt. I don't know, man. I don't, like, Shiva's, like, I love Shiva, actually. I think she's sexy as hell. I wish I could find me a Shiva, but yeah, she's sexy as hell. I'm glad that she was a part of the game, but she really didn't have much development other than being, like, you know, I don't know, freaking a South African child soldier or whatever the hell she is, like, and, you know, I just found it to be kind of 5 to just be kind of bland in comparison to 4, which I just felt like had, like, a lot more going on for it, to be honest. So I don't know. I mean, not to say that 5 was a bad game. It was, you know, it just wasn't as good as 4, which is, it's okay not to be good as 4. There aren't too many games that are as good as 4, you know. And what's interesting about to me about Resident Evil 5 is, not 5, I should say 4. 4 has a very close proximity to Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, I believe, Metal Gear Solid 3 either came out in November or December of 2004, and then, you know, Resident Evil 4 came out in January of that year. And it's just interesting because, you know, Metal Gear Solid 3 is, lauded by some as being kind of, the people's favorite Metal Gear Solid game, and yet here comes Resident Evil 4, which kind of shat on it. So people really didn't get to, well, I would say tripping over myself. Metal Gear Solid 3 didn't get quite as much love as even as 2, because despite the fact that 2 is very controversial for the main character, kind of swap out, the whole Raiden for Solid Snake thing, it's still, by and large considered to be, the best Metal Gear Solid game, even by people who are huge Snake fanboys, because the plot and the graphics in 2001 and the cinematic style used within the game was actually rather unique for that time, even, whereas, while Metal Gear Solid 3 definitely built upon a lot of what was established in Metal Gear Solid 2, and even in some ways improved upon it, with the survival viewer and the way that you could actually, you had stamina and stuff like that. It did do a lot of great things that Metal Gear Solid 2 did not do. The problem is, like, it didn't do enough of good things or enough new things, so it was it just wasn't like, like, let's say if Metal Gear Solid 2 was reviewed at like a 97 across the board, Metal Gear Solid 3 was like a 92, which by no means is bad, but it is not, it's just like, it's like LeBron and Jordan, LeBron is LeBron. He's one of the greatest ever, or he's not Michael Jordan, and it's not to say that that's just, it is what it is. So it's just an interesting, kind of dichotomy between the two games and how they exist in the eyes of the gaming community. People are more willing to fall in love with something that does more things that take a bigger risk, even if they're more polarizing, and yet something that is as safer. I would say Metal Gear Solid 3 is definitely a lot safer than Metal Gear Solid 2, and probably does things that people are more comfortable with from, story, because, Metal Gear Solid 2 is definitely the more out there of the two games as far as story is concerned, and yet people, it still is, looked at as higher because of that. Metal Gear Solid 2 is just a very ingenious game, and then you can tell that Kojima did not, he had no intentions of continuing with the story past that game. I think he's even said as much. It's obvious if you play Metal Gear Solid 2 that there's not supposed to be anything after that, and the fact that there is actually, it didn't hurt Metal Gear Solid 3 or the narrative so much, but the fact that there was a Metal Gear Solid 3 necessitated a need for Metal Gear Solid 4, and then in Metal Gear Solid 4 was a complete, like, what is this? Like, it's just, I don't like 4. I liked it. I don't want to say I don't like 4, because it's still a Metal Gear Solid game. You're always going to love Metal Gear Solid no matter what, if you're a fan, but I think it just did a lot of things that I just was not a fan of. Like, it just, like, it seemed at that point that Kojima clearly was out of ideas, which is why most of the game is a callback to previous games, and it's a reference, and it has to harken back to a time when Kojima was much more creatively, motivated, or it seems like he was much more of a lot more going on up there. So, in the old Kojima noggin, so 4 was just very, it just had a lot of issues, and I hate to, and I say this as someone who's a huge fan of the series overall. And so 4 happened, but whatever. It ended how it ended. It had a lot of bullshit. But then 5 it's interesting. 5 is just I don't even know what the hell. I don't know what 5 is. I don't know why it is. I mean, Peace Walker. Peace Walker is between that, but 5 is just like an incomplete mess of a game, and it's so many things that are just baffling. And I think it was quite clear that Kojima had no intention of even going past Peace Walker, let alone making a 5, because they just jammed in a bunch of bull crap that has the series. It was just completely like, why did this? It's like, why did this have to happen? Like, to this day, I'm just baffled by the existence of 5. But it was clearly rushed. Like, rushed. It's, not a, like, the narrative was barely even there, to be honest. Like, it's like half of the game from a narrative standpoint. I'm just not used to a Metal Gear Solid game not having strong villains, strong characters. This was not the series that I grew up with, certain. So I don't know. It was a mess. That game was something else. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Metal Gear Solid during Devil May Cry 5. But, I'm just trying to entertain the folks at home. I'm probably gonna die. Whatever. I'm just trying to get this going. Hopefully this works out though. I'm just trying to do my thing. Oh man. Why this guy gives me such a hard time. I have no idea. And I'm dead. So yeah. But yeah, that happened. So alright, hopefully this was worth it. I'm gonna stop.